What up to my high beast and what up to all my wrestling fans out there, man. I had to jump on here and make a quick review, man. Also, we got the Laker game coming up in a second, so I'm gonna get straight to it, right? Man, this was the wildest stuff I've seen in a long time in the wrestling world. I have to be very, very honest with you. Anyway, I'm gonna get through the semantics. We had FTR Private Party, good match. Once again, wasn't really taken back by it. The main point, FTR was getting over. Tully Blanchard was in their corner. It was a good match. It did what it was supposed to do. We found out that there's gonna be a gauntlet match next week. Nightmares, Young Bucks, Best Friends, FTR. I believe is the order. Obviously, in my opinion, FTR is gonna win that easily, and it's gonna be FTR versus Hangman and Kenny Omega. Anyway, moving on. Tully Blanchard was with them. Looks like he's their new manager or whatever. We all expected it. Nothing new there. We had a promo from MJF. Good stuff as usual. Had the little neck brace on or whatever, selling it. Good stuff. We had a promo from Jon Moxley. Also good stuff. Backstage in front of the gate. Was real intense or whatever. Good stuff. Once again, very, very, very good stuff. We had Jurassic Express versus Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall versus the Lucha Bros and Butcher and Blade. Once again, this ended because there was some drama between Butcher and the Blade and the Lucha Bros. It was an okay match. Nothing to really, nothing too special about it, but it was good. Eddie Kingston at the end came in and we found out that he's going to be managing both teams now. Once again, good stuff. Moving right along. Chris Jericho, Orange Cassidy, we found out that they're having a Mimosa Mayhem match where there's going to be a tank of mimosas where the loser is the one who gets dunked in it. Once again, I'm curious to see how that's going to look. Good stuff there. Very interesting. We had we had the Elite versus Dark Order. Elite won. Once again, a little slow burn. Kenny Omega turned into the cleaner. Okay. It was okay stuff. Good match or whatever. But it was okay. Darby Allin versus Will Hobbs. We all know Will Hobbs still a jobber. Even though I think he's going to be a beast in the future, but he's still a jobber at this point. Darby Allin won. That coffin drop looked nasty. Then we had a Ricky Starks come out with the fake Darby, face paint and all that stuff. Gave Darby a little beating. Good stuff. Once again, Ricky Starks is good, man. We had a Sammy Matt Hardy situation going on. That was also okay. Wasn't too bad. We had Brandy Rhodes and Allie versus Diamante and what's the other one? Evilise. Once again, Diamante and Evilise ended up winning that match. That was kind of a surprise and misdirection. I actually thought they were going to put Cody, Brandy, and Allie in that position, but they didn't. And I'm curious as to why it's a cup and not an actual tag team belt. So I'm curious if they're going to actually have a tag team match at All In, a rematch or something like that. I'm curious. Once again, it was okay. Not too bad. I thought they could have did more with the presentation. They just kind of gave them the cup and Sable was there or Medusa was there and that was fine. They didn't really do too much. Pulled out the Puerto Rican flags. That's all good. All right. I got all that out the way to get to this point. This is probably the best thing that has been done in the wrestling world in like 10 years or something like that. Maybe I'm over exaggerating because it just happened or I don't know, but it was good stuff. Completely surprising, completely unexpected. There was there were spoilers about this match. I read that what's his name, Eric Rowan, formerly Eric Rowan was actually about to debut and that's why Brody was going to win. Now, I don't know if they changed that ending because it leaked or whatever the case may be, but this was some wild stuff. I hadn't seen nothing like this in many, 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 many years. First, it was not even a match. I thought they were going to at least put Cody over. I figured he was going to lose because it's time for him to lose. I figured he was going to lose, but I figured they'll at least put him over to an extent. They didn't put him over at all. He just basically got torn to pieces. Like, it wasn't even a long match. He got powerbombed like 3 times. He got Brody Lee's finisher. He got thrown over the guardrail. He just was getting beat up the whole match. And it looked bad, man. It reminds me of Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. But then in that match, Daniel Bryan fought back, and it made it a very, very good match. This one, there was no fight back. Cody just completely got squashed by Brody Lee. I was not expecting that. I expected Brody Lee to win. I did not expect him to get squashed at all. That is absolutely impossible. I can't believe they squashed Cody. He's one of the EVPs of the company. I can't believe you agreed to do a squash match. Completely defeated. Went down 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring after 2 power bombs and that discus. Was it the discus Larry? I don't know what the technical name is, but that clothesline thing that Brody Lee does. I thought that was the end. So 1, 2, 3, Brody Lee holds up the championship, the newly finished championship. The doctors come out. They cart Cody off on a stretcher, and Cody really sold this well. It really did look like he had a neck injury or something like that. If it wasn't for the fact that Brody Lee was still doing the interview in the ring, you know what I mean? People would actually think that that he had actually got injured. They carted him out on a gurney. Then Dark Order beat up Arn Anderson. Then they pulled Cody off the gurney. I thought they were going to throw him off the stage into a table, but I guess they had used the table earlier in the show, so they just dumped him off. Brandy comes out. Anna Jay gives her a chokehold. I mean, it was just absolute mayhem, in the entrance way coming to the mat. They actually brought out Dustin Rhodes and the QT Marshall and threw them on the stage. This is just like a takeover type. This is the wildest thing I've seen in wrestling in a while. And it was completely unexpected. You could expect Brody Lee to win. You could expect Dark Order to come out and celebrate or whatever, but you didn't expect that. That was absolute insane. I give that a 10. I wasn't even feeling this episode that much. Because I just felt like some of the matches were slow, especially the Jurassic Express. I feel like they have to figure out what they're going to do with that group quickly. If they're going to do a 3-man tag team belt, they need to do that to keep these guys busy. But I mean, they don't add that much to the show. They're good wrestlers. I'm not saying anything like that. It's just, to me, they don't add much to the show. It was a lot of good wrestling, but this show wasn't doing it for me. But that ending definitely did it for me. I hadn't seen nothing like that in wrestling in a long time. Outstanding. To me, that gets 10 out of 10. I didn't think anybody would agree to do something like that. I'm surprised Cody, supposed to be one of the top guys in this company. I'm surprised he was willing to do something like that for Brody Lee. He just completely took a complete beating, and it just looked nasty. The whole thing was just outstanding. I loved it. I give this Dynamite 10 out of 10. Complete 10 just because of the ending. Even though I wasn't feeling the whole episode, that ending gets 10 out of 10 for me. Once again, good writing. I absolutely loved it. Let me know what you guys think down below in that comment section about Brody Lee getting that title off of Cody in that manner, and then the whole Dark Order takeover scene. Beautiful. Good stuff, AEW. Loved it.